EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for May 29th, 2019. For your Wednesday, we have a wash, rinse, repeat day today, unfortunately, with another round of severe weather that will be affecting most of the region. Might not affect the very far north as much as the south, but we don't want to drop our guard on that either, because the late models that I've been seeing this evening are starting to shift the threat a little bit further north than the Storm Prediction Center had it for their Day 2 outlook, which the outlook can find the enhanced risk just to southern Pennsylvania and then slight risk further north. That might be expanding a little bit based on what I'm seeing this evening. And I'm just getting in from doing a storm chase up in northeastern Monroe County, right on the border of Pike up there. Actually, it was Pike County, I believe. I was in for a while with Cloud Ground storm chaser Ray Leichner, and my oldest son, who will be going to Millersville next year in the meteorology program. So we had a very decent time up there. One storm was a dud, then we went and chased another one a little bit further south, about 5 miles south where we were originally, and we got a really good, very good storm, rotating wall cloud. No tornadoes with that, but there was a tornado warning. At least we didn't see any, but there was a tornado warning with that cell that passed right over top of us. And that's the same feed we use on the Facebook Live on the Facebook page last evening. But we are all safe. Everybody's good. I am not interested in chasing again today, so I'm probably not going live unless Ray does later down in Chalfont. But it looks like we have another setup again today. Hard to tell whether this looked. I mean, this looked like a slam dunk when I looked at it earlier before I left, and it looked like we were going to have storms are going to be more of in linear mode. And if you get to the NAM high-res future simulator radar, I just want to show you later in the day here, where you see the storms moving across the global models. Let's go to the NAM, and I'll show you that. It's suggesting a linear mode type event where instead of just having these discrete cells all over the place producing tornadoes and what have you, more of a straight line wind threat with a congealed segment. So here's 11 a.m. and then you get some discrete stuff going in northeast PA. This is early afternoon. This is 2. Okay. Once we get going through the afternoon, though, discrete stuff still in northeast PA. You see a line starting to form here that now at 3 p.m. and it's starting to make its way south and eastward. So the individual rogue cells ahead of it, you might still have those out ahead of the main line, but it does look like it wants to congeal into one solid line or semi-congealed line moving south and east, which normally indicates a straight line wind threat more so than tornado. Okay, but the soundings that I saw this evening from the latest NAM run, which is actually this one right here, is actually suggesting that we have a repeat of yesterday with some more tornado activity. So we'll have to watch this very closely and monitor it, and there might be another tornado watch or severe thunderstorm watch that still can produce tornadoes within severe storms themselves during the day on Wednesday. This is now looking at 6 p.m., so it gets right about to just north 578 at 6 p.m. and works its way south and east. Now, with time, these lines do tend to congeal when they do, have these individual cells. They kind of come together and form at least a broken line. And it's starting to suggest that you're doing that as it goes through the day here, more of a line segment type thing. So I don't want to give up on the linear aspect that I thought of earlier, that I thought it would be. And it doesn't look like it's going to be just confined to the southern areas. I mean, this is going to hit everywhere. See, that goes right across the state. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is expanded northward with that threat area today. So we will be dealing with round 2 of severe weather. And that's all because we have this boundary that came through yesterday, just kind of stalled off to the south. And we have another little wave of low pressure moving right along that boundary. And it's going to drag another cold front through. And that's going to give us the severe threat this afternoon. And very warm temperatures out ahead of this system. And very high dew points, once again, which will help to keep this threat going. We have one more threat on Thursday. So this is a trifecta. This is the third day. This area low pressure is going to pass off to the north, drag another cold front through the area, and you have more scattered showers and thunderstorms late in the day on Thursday. A little uncertain on how Thursday is going to be, whether that's going to be severe or not. I would suspect, since we're still warm and still very juicy dew points, that if the timing of this is correct, we will be dealing with another severe threat day for the third consecutive day. So we're not out of the woods. For the next couple of days, we have these storm threats. I think we're finally out of the woods once this system passes, and the front will safely press off to the south, and that's going to give us a mostly sunny day here on Friday. We are done with the severe weather and just dealing with that in the next 48 hours, it looks like. So here's Friday, mostly sunny skies. Same thing here on Saturday. We call it partly to mostly sunny. Cold front's going to be off to our west. It's going to come through here on Sunday. excuse me, and then I think at may be a little bit slow to move through. So here is looking at Sunday early afternoon. You have some scattered showers and thunderstorms moving through, and that continues very slowly, advances eastward through the evening hours, and then finally pulls away and gives us a mostly sunny Monday, mostly sunny Tuesday. This period on early next week, Monday and Tuesday, is going to get temperatures back into the lower 70s, so it'll be a very nice, refreshing go at it to start the work week. But we have a very interesting next 48 hours, especially the next 24. I want to focus on today. Now that yesterday did so much in terms of damage and several tornado reports, widespread damage across the region. Hopefully, we're not dealing with that again today. But if we do, the possibility is there, based on the soundings that I'm looking at this evening. It's very similar, eerily similar to what we saw yesterday. I mean, every time you have this kind of atmosphere with very high dew points and you get the temperatures going, if you get the sun to come out to kind of fuel things a little bit, you can turn into pretty ugly pretty quick, as we saw yesterday, even with not a lot of sun in some areas. But we still are expecting more of that today, and we could be dealing with more of this straight line wind threat at the very least, but maybe some tornado activity as well. We'll have to keep a close eye on that throughout the day. Please stay tuned to the Facebook page for any updates, and Twitter, and I will be updating that as soon as I get new information in throughout the day today. And then if any watches are issued later today, that'll appear on our Facebook page and the weather alerts page as well. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for May 29th, 2019. Have a great Wednesday.